and then I said something, and then the next man spoke and said, like the other man there said. And I thought, oh my God, they can't hear me. I'm probably invisible and they can't hear me. But when you have 5 women and 5 men, everything changes. The atmosphere changes. And that's why I say, if we want to reach gender equality, women need to stand together. We need to stick together, because this is not something that we can do on an individualistic basis. It's about changing the system. So a whole generation, my generation, grew up watching women political leaders in the media. But still, when I meet foreign journalists, they always ask me, how Iceland, it must be a paradise on earth for you women. I remind them that I'm only the 2nd female prime minister in Iceland. And when we have reached the number 30, in a consecutive row, we might be talking about a paradise. The whole Icelandic society was really shaken by this Me Too revolution. A total of almost 800 stories highlighting experiences of women and girls of violence, harassment, marginalization, and gender-based discriminations. And more than 5,500 women signed a petition protesting violence and calling for change. So this is something we can do something about, not only for women, but also for men. And I always say that because these 3 children I've already had, they're all boys. And it's really, it's really my ambition that we can see them growing up in a society where it's maybe easier to also to be a boy than in a society where masculinity is all about these distorted images of how to be a guy and how to be a girl.
You have questions and a T-shirt and 2 T-shirts.
And those 2 questions are highly relevant for this event here held today. And okay, I ask you this as a feminist and as an anti-NATO.
I think we've got your point. You have a very emotional appeal. I don't know, Ms.
Well,
if you actually want to answer.
Well, I can very well answer that Iceland's government has been very critical on the conduct of Turkey concerning the Kurds. I would first like to say that. And secondly, we are doing all we can concerning Hauk Hilmarsson. I just recently, today, met Mrs. Angela Merkel and asked for the German government's advice on whether we can do anything more in order to find out what happened concerning Hauk Hilmarsson. I have personally put out questions on the Kurdish side, and the foreign ministry has been extremely active. I know just today they were in conversation with the Turkish foreign service also, because we are doing everything we can.
Can I add something?
But what is I had 2 questions. What is Iceland's position in the invasion of Afrin?
I already answered that question, and I began by answering that question. But I said we have been criticizing the conduct of the Turkish government when it comes to the Kurdish areas there.
Are you with or against?
You heard my answer. We have been criticizing the conduct of the Turkish government concerning that, their battle against the Kurds. And our ambassador can confirm that.
And on one point, because I'm from the Icelandic Red Cross, the International Red Cross is helping us out to finding out Haukur whereabouts.